that Deontay was 5 years old and could speak, told the police that just the two boys had been playing in the room when Jakari died and that nobody else was there. The police decided to interrogate actually Nicole and the boy's father, and after 27 hours of interrogation, which was not recorded except the final little bit, Nicole falsely confessed to killing her son, and she's going to tell you why. Had this happened 2 months later, the new law that was passed that year in Illinois, which required the recording of interrogations, would have been in place, and we would have been able to see the entire interrogation, but it wasn't, so the police were able to do what they wanted to Nicole with nobody knowing until she finally confessed. So her case, she spent 8 years in prison. Her case went through a whole lot of legal proceedings. She was ultimately freed because the court had not let her son Deontay, who was the eyewitness to everything, the judge that conducted her trial wouldn't let Deontay testify. They said he wasn't competent. But ultimately, this is a false confession case. And that's how you should look at it as well. Nicole was released on bond at the end of last year, and she got to leave prison, and she was exonerated in June of this year. And I should say to the very great credit of the Cook County State's Attorney's Office, which could have retried her, but they rightfully decided to dismiss the charges. Nicole and I got together, we had some topics to talk about, and I wanted Nicole to tell all of you just where you were in your life, Nicole, at that time.
Well, in 2004, I was college graduate, or obviously I was undergrad, like most schools are. I graduated in 2004 with a bachelor's degree in psychology. March 14th, 2005, I was hired as a psychiatric rehabilitation service coordinator, which is a fancy term for mental health specialist. I work with a population of mentally ill people, excited to utilize my degree. April 2nd, 2005, my family and I moved to the north side. My very first apartment out of college, where I was in family housing. May 14th, 2005, my life changed. My son died. The day that I woke up, typical day, I decided that, I'm gonna do laundry, get the kids ready, take them out to see my dad. I go to work the next morning, and not once did I think that would be the last time I would be free. I went to a laundromat. My children were home. They were supposed to be napping, but of course, a 4 or 5-year-old, napping is always an option for them. My son's father was home. He decided to take a nap. And I went to the laundromat, thinking that he was still somewhere worse. He was not in the choice. And basically, I went to the laundromat. I came back, and my son's father came running out of the house with my son in his arms. We tracked down ambulance, got to the hospital. I got to the hospital, my son was pronounced dead. Immediately, I was taken to the Chapel area, and Chicago Police Department was there, 2 detectives. So they came and they said, I just want to ask you some questions, some routine questions, and understanding that anytime anything happens to a child or to them, fall, burn, or whatever, there will be questions. I didn't have a problem with that because I didn't have anything to hide. So I said, okay, will I be able to come back and see my son? They said, oh yeah, it's just, we're just going to ask you some questions. And they just didn't seem very sympathetic. And I went to the police station, and my oldest son, my fiance, because I didn't want to drive, I asked if I could ride in the car with him. Obviously, I can't drive, I just lost my son. My son's father also in the police car. And we got to the police station, and the police immediately, the first thing that they did was they separated my son's father and I. He was on one side of the station, and I was on the other side. And they were back and forth questions, back and forth questions. And at some point I began to, keep like, why are they still asking me the same questions? I just answered that question. Later in the evening, it was around midnight or so. They came and they said, well, it's me, but you have somewhere for your son to go. And so yeah, he can go to his grandmother's house, sign the papers or whatever, for temporary guardianship while I was at the police station. And I remember that they said, okay, well, let's, continue to something on. A guy, I think it was man from UCFS or whatever, he had my son, and I remember telling him to put a blanket on him because it's cold outside. And immediately, as soon as my son was out of view, I was shoved into this other, the first room I was in was a room with desks, flowers, maybe desktop, chair, picture of a wall here and there. And after my son was taken, literally immediately, he was barely out of sight, I was shoved into another room. And the first thing that came out of the detective's mouth was, you fucking murderer, you killed your son. And I was in disbelief. Didn't know what he was talking about. I had no idea what he was talking about. I was in shock. I was trying to figure out everything as well. Oh, you did it. And it was around maybe 5 police officers at that time. So they all came in here and they mocked me. And this hearing spoke about crying. Of course I was crying. I lost my child. Oh, look at her. Oh, she's crying. Now she wants sympathy. The little sociopath is crying after she just murdered her son. Monster. Fucking liar. This is what he said to me. So, of course, after that, some of the other cops left out, and there was one left in the room. He turned around, put his foot on the wall, and he said, so, I believe you didn't do it, but do you think your son's father could have done it? I said, absolutely not. Absolutely. I said, no one done anything. I think as a mother, you have investigated something happened to your child. So, no, I do not think that. He said, okay. Well, don't worry about those guys. The detective you left out, other detective. More questions, more questions, more questions, more threats. You're a fucking liar. You're not telling the truth. We need you to cooperate with us. I asked for an attorney. If you're telling the truth, you don't need an attorney. You need to cooperate with us. These were some of the things that they said to me. This went on. I eventually went for a polygraph exam, which I was glad to do because I figured, hey, well maybe now the truth will come out. Maybe they'll put, plastic. I get there, and this guy, he goes, this is Dennis Rogers. You monster, you don't want to fucking cooperate. Oh, you're lying. This was after the exam. So I asked him, I said, so what is the polygraph saying? Oh, you failed. Which later on, down the line, I found out that wasn't the truth. But this is what he told me. And it went on and on, and a few other cops come in there, and they're all yelling. I was shoved. I was handcuffed to a wall briefly. This was back at the police station. I don't know. And I was a steady hard monster. And I remember specifically the guy in the polygraph, and he said, you know what? I'm sick of your bullshit. I'm sick of you sitting here lying to me. And I'm ready to go home because I'm tired. So he said, this is what I'm going to do since you want to fucking play games. I'm going to turn this shit over to the state, and you know what's going to happen? You're gonna get the death penalty. You'll probably never see your son again if you get life in prison. And that's that, he walked out. So then the other detective came here and he says, you know, oh, I need you to cooperate. You don't want to go to prison for the rest of your life. I know you don't want